you're here. We got a message pretty recently. See this stain right here? When I touched the beetle, it sort of imparted knowledge of the message to me. So I have it in my mind, like very clearly, like intrusively clearly.
Alden, did you try to squish the bug?
I did squish the bug. I don't know if the message imparted when the exoskeleton popped or if it was just the contact that did it, but I just hope that they're gonna be
Alden.
mad about the beetle.
We've talked about you killing innocent creatures.
I know we talked about it when I didn't consider them innocent. The beetle was probably innocent, and I do feel bad about that. But the other time, that was not what that was. That was a very different scenario.
Very well.
So I'm just gonna, I apologize now. I think it's gonna come out closer to their voice than mine, so it's gonna be a little weird, but just bear with me.
Dear guides, I have recently discovered that my mentor has been lying to me my whole life. He took me in when my magic appeared as a teen, taught me how to use that magic, and guided me until I left to go see the world as an adult. I always thought he was the wise old hermit living in the woods, but he's actually centuries old, and not even from my world. I just want to know if I can really trust anything he says or has taught me. I needed my mentor to be that person I knew, but now he's a different thing, and it feels wrong.
Oh, this brings back so many memories. It actually reminds me of my very own teacher. I had learned from them centuries ago, and it wasn't until our very last lesson that I even knew who they were. It turns out they were...
Centuries? You don't...
Oh,
You look like my age.
well, thank you so much. Living in the forest does have its benefits. But it does turn out that they were actually an ancient spirit fastened into a golem using a tree. Once they had taught me everything they knew, they returned back to being a normal tree on the spot. So naturally, I built my house next to it, and I sing to it every night before bed. Magic is very old, and it's often very mysterious. Just because this mentor is century years old and from another world doesn't make him any less than the wise hermit that this person knew growing up. Perhaps he kept the secret not to harm this person, but to gain their trust. They need to ask themselves, if he had revealed himself to them as they knew him now, would he have been trusted? It seems to me that after years of trying to find an apprentice, he had found the perfect person in them. It's actually a great honor to be chosen by an ancient to be taught their magic. In my humble opinion, this is the perfect opportunity to go visit him. Maybe go catch up over some tea or ancient transmutations.
I suppose if that's their idea of, bonding or relaxing, but, you're right. Everyone has a right to their own privacy and history. Just because you decide to mentor and care for someone doesn't mean that your past vanishes. I mean, heck, sometimes when you're trying to repent for something in your past, that's sometimes when people decide to take someone else in, where they can kind of like correct the mistakes by giving those lessons to another person.
Well, maybe when we're finished, you can give it a try.
I could. Just because the sender has an inability to see past their personal expectations doesn't mean that mentor has been any less valid in those roles. It does kind of remind me of I was named ruler of an entire village. I don't want to get into the details of how, but while I was in that role, I balanced the local economy. I installed a mediator and a little bit of a law enforcement system, which was completely lacking. I improved the quality of life for pretty much the whole town. But then they did find out that I was beholden to an ancient eldritch entity that was granting me the power to issue magical commands and suggestions to mortal minds, overriding their free will and ability to choose. And the second I released the spells, everyone turned against me immediately. It's just like they completely forgot everything I'd done to help. Not gonna lie, it hurt a little.
Yeah, trying to take a hold of people's free will, that'll definitely do that to you.
I wasn't trying to. It was sort of an automated aspect of the pact. It's complicated.
I personally hope that they go and actually have that tea. Talk about it. tea is quite calming and quite delicious. You should try it.
I would if they would give me anything, but tea isn't really something they make here. But look, I think we gave some good advice, and hopefully that person, learns to forgive and open themselves up. Now you can say that you did help someone today, even if it wasn't me.
If that is what you wish, you have fulfilled today's duties. I will let you be.
And if anyone has, a need of help, need of insight, a little bit of advice, Wisteria, how, do you have a preferred way that they reach out to you?
Oh, you know me. I'm always on the breeze. Via bird, via squirrel, via bug, via dream. I'm here for you.
Yeah, you can just use one of those, and she'll get the message. Keep an eye out for new episodes on Sundays, and if you want to send in a letter, or if you just want to learn more about the show, head to shadedareas.com.